Kia ora koutou, day 3 of my 2-week trading challenge, and I was away for work this week, so my setup was a bit different. Despite that, I stuck to the plan and kept it to just 2 trades. One was a mistake, but the other was clean. Finished green overall. Let's take a look. So when I got up and finally sorted out my trading station, I saw KNW had made a move earlier on in the morning, around 4:45, and pushed up through here to around $5. It was on the backside of that move and it was pulling back, and I swapped over, when I saw this was pulling back, I'd swapped over to have a look at, I think SOGP was the other one. What was the other stock? OMH. I think was another stock that was on my watch list. So I was sort of looking between stocks, and then I noticed that KNW had pushed up here. So I switched across to it, and I accidentally, as I was switching across, bought in straight away as I brought the stock up. It brought me in here at 417, and it was pulling back. I thought I'd give it a bit of a chance to see if it rallied, and it kind of rallied here, pushed from like $4 back up to 410, and then basically dumped back down to 390. And as soon as it broke down past 4, I hit the sell button, didn't get a very good fill, and got filled at 392. So not a good start to the morning. That wasn't a planned trade at all. And ended up taking a $7 loss on that mistake on the keyboard. So not a great start to the week. But straight after that trade, I saw SOGP, I think it was SOGP. So yeah, this had pushed, started pushing around 6:30, had popped up, and I sort of watched it through here, didn't trade it through this period here, and pulled back. And I think this is where I sort of got accidentally stuck in a trade for KNW. Then it came back down, and as it came back up, I thought there was an entry here as it broke through VWAP, but just to make sure, it broke through VWAP and then pulled back, and I bought on the retest of VWAP here in this candle. So bought in here at 192. It struggled a little bit to get going, but it never dropped below 192. So I got a pretty good fill on that red candle there. It dropped to basically 192. So really good fill on that candle, and it never went into the negative really at all. So I was straight into profit, pushed up to, what's that? Around $2.03, and I just held through this period here, looking for it to break higher. So if it had broken down below here, I think my stop was around 185, was really where I was looking at stopping out. But it did push through, eventually breaking through 210. I set a preset order at 215. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have just waited for it to see if it broke through this previous high, and then sold on the bid, you know, with an offset, maybe 2 or 3 cents. But I was quite happy with the 215. That's sort of the level I wanted to take it anyway, as it broke up to this level here, just in case it rejected off of 220, I'd get filled. So yeah, it was a good trade in the end. Nice solid trade, 23 cents a share, and a good hold for about 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes for that trade. And then obviously it went up to 238 and then pulled back, and that was pretty much it for SOGP. And because I was away, I was down in Christchurch doing some filming over the weekend. I was getting up the next morning to fly back to New Plymouth, so that was me. That was it. I called it a night and went back to bed. So I'll bring up the stats here. So 2 trades today. 62 shares bought in on SOGP at 192, out at 215 for a profit of $14.26. And then the mistake trade was a $7 loss. So overall, I had a profit of $7.26. But apart from the mistake, I was happy with the execution on the trade on SOGP. And you know, it ticked the boxes for me, right stock, and I was happy with that trade. With the execution of that trade was really good. Still a couple of things to work on. You know, holding, possibly looking for an exit signal rather than setting a predetermined price target. But at the moment, it's just getting the execution right, getting in the entry, right, and then you know, getting that 10 to 15 cents and possible 30 cents if it's a good runner. But yeah, so happy with my trading today and a good start to the week being green, which, yeah, good result. But gutted about the first trade. It wasn't part of the plan and was just a misclick while switching stocks. That said, I was really happy with the second trade. It followed my setup, my strategy, and the execution felt solid. I also stuck to the rule of 2 trades max and wrapped up by 7:30 AM market time, which meant I could get some rest before catching my flight back home. And you know, it wasn't a big win, but it was a clean day. And that's what this challenge is all about. Follow along to see if I can come back green again tomorrow. I'll see you then. Hei a popo.